Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much to the moderator for allowing me to present my research in the International Conference on Contemporary Science and Clinical Pharmacy ICCSCP 2023 in Padang. My name is Najmiatul Fitria, and I am the member of Department of Pharmacology and Clinical Pharmacy, Faculty of Pharmacy, Universitas Andalas. On this occasion, I and the members of the research team, Mila Andela, Resna Rerita, and Hansan Nasif, will present decreasing cost burden of type 2 diabetes mellitus using Metformin-Glimepiride combination on 2-hour post-prandial blood glucose. This research funded by DIPA, contract number 20/UN 16.10.D/PG.01/2023. Okay, as we all know that type 2 diabetes mellitus can reduce life expectancy and significantly increase morbidity due to macrovascular diseases such as ischemic heart disease, stroke, and also microvascular diseases such as retinopathy, nephropathy, and neuropathy. Complications related to diabetes could reduce the quality of life. In Indonesia, the costs insured for diabetes mellitus annually are around 5 trillion to 8 trillion rupiahs and will increase as complications of this disease increases. And the basis for prescribing metformin and metformin-glimepiride combination, according to Perkini, that metformin is the first-line drug in the treatment of type 2 diabetes mellitus. Metformin was chosen as the first line because of its relatively good effectiveness, low side effects of hypoglycemia, doesn't cause weight gain, improves cardiovascular outcomes, and also inexpensive. Metformin works to reduce hepatic glucose production or gluconeogenesis and increase sensitivity to insulin. Metformin can be given as monotherapy or in combination. If metformin cannot be given, other available drugs are given and according to the patient's conditions. Metformin is commonly used with sulfonylurea such as glibenclamide, glimepiride, gliclazide. Previous research by Ortiz in 2008 also showed that the metformin-glimepiride combination had better efficacy than the metformin-glibenclamide combination in controlling blood sugar levels. The metformin-glimepiride combination also produces a lower hypoglycemic effect than the metformin-glibenclamide combination in type 2 diabetes mellitus patients. So, in this study, we see the effect of adding glimepiride to the first-line therapy for diabetes mellitus receiving metformin to improve blood sugar levels and, of course, reduce costs. For the method, in this study, we use observational descriptive study, and this study involved 114 medical records of patients referred in 2021 at Universitas Andalas Hospital. For the groups, there are two groups. First, metformin alone, and the other is metformin-glimepiride combinations. We assess sociodemographic characteristic using chi-square, and then the effect parameter for 2-hour postprandial blood glucose levels, and for cost parameter, we assess the direct medical cost, and the perspective used here is healthcare provider perspective. Okay. And the result itself, we see the sociodemographic characteristic here. We can see the result in the table provided. There is no significant difference in the sociodemographic dependent variable here. Nonetheless, women over 55 years of age have the highest number of type 2 diabetes mellitus, either in the metformin alone group or metformin in combination with glimepiride. And for the EVAC parameter, we got 0.9 of p-value, which is mean that there was a significant difference in the average decrease in blood glucose for 2 hours postprandial between the two groups of anti-diabetic types that patient received, while the incremental value of the EVAC is around 22 milligram per deciliter. And the cost parameter here, we found that there was no significant difference in the direct medical cost between the two groups of anti-diabetic types that patient receive for p-value 0.75 and the incremental cost of metformin-glimepiride combination as 43,290 rupiah. And considering all the variables, we calculate the incremental cost effectiveness ratio or ICER, each additional fee of 1,974 rupiah for the use of metformin-glimepiride combination will reduce 1 milligram per deciliter of 2 hour postprandial blood glucose. And next, if we plot the ICER on the cost effectiveness diagram, then it will be at the northeast quadrant or quadrant 1. In this condition, a trade-off occurs when the metformin-glimepiride combination's effectiveness is better than metformin alone. Still, the costs required by using metformin alone are also more expensive. Next, we conducted a deterministic sensitivity analysis or DSA. DSA is an analysis of input model which is specified for several types of point estimates, and the variation are made manually according to assumption. The DSA results are shown in the tornado diagram as shown in the slide. In the DSA, there was a decrease in blood glucose in 2 hour postprandial in the combination group. If the decrease in blood glucose of 2 hour postprandial was changed to a maximum and minimum value, the ICER was obtained were from minus 1,000 until 2,000 per 1 milligram per deciliter. This variable can reduce the ICER value if change the maximum to the maximum value and increase the ICER value if changed to the minimum value. Meanwhile, if the average direct medical cost in the combination group were changed to the maximum and minimum values, the ICER values obtained were 19,000 rupiah per 1 milligram per deciliter and around 10,000 rupiah per 1 milligram per deciliter. Then the variable average direct medical cost for the combined group is considered a variable that can significantly increase the ICER value. And then finally, we jump into the conclusion that first, the metformin-glimepiride combination therapy groups cost more and produces better effects than the single metformin group. Because it is a trade-off position, it is advisable to carry out further cost-effectiveness analysis on the metformin-glimepiride combination compared to metformin alone, considering the ICER values obtained in the northeast quadrant on the cost-effectiveness diagram. And that's all the presentation of our research results. I will return the screen to the moderator and question and answer. Thank you very much.